Okay, who wants to volunteer to start? What does I'm going to say who starts? Anybody want to volunteer?
We'll volunteer.
Okay, Bob, you can start. Bob and Susan, okay?
Let me get the air conditioner.
Right. You know the drill already.
You'll be glad.
Okay, the rule is that when one person sings, everybody else has to mute themselves, okay? That's the rule.
We have to mute?
You all have to mute while somebody is singing. And after they're done, you'll applaud one group.
Okay.
Yeah, okay then.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. And we're down in South Florida, not too far from Faye and Sal. And we just missed another storm, so we've been pretty fortunate. Anyway, Sue and I just celebrated our 50th anniversary yesterday. And we don't sing that much together these days, but we figured we'd revive something from the old days. And I took out the old Martin too. So we're gonna do Stephen Stills' Helplessly Hoping. Helplessly hoping her harlequin hovers nearby, waiting a word, gasping at glimpses of gentle true spirit. He runs, wishing he could fly, only to trip at the sound of goodbye. And wordlessly watching, he waits by the window and wonders at the empty place inside. Heartlessly helping himself to her bad dreams, he worries, did he hear a goodbye? Or even hello? They are one person, they are two alone, they are three together, they are for each other. Stand by the stairway, you'll see something certain to tell you. Confusion has its cause. Love isn't lying, it's loose in the lady who lingers, saying she is lost and choking on hello. They are one person, they are two alone, they are three together, they are for each other. Stephen Stills for you. You know, we just saw him not too long ago with Judy Collins, and Judy, of course, still has her beautiful voice, but sadly, Stephen Stills lost his voice along the way.
Okay, one more.
Okay, you got one more yet.
Yeah, well, we lost two very good folk songwriters this year, John Prine and Michael Smith. And today I'm going to do one each of their songs. I'm going to do Michael Smith, I guess the one that he's most famous for. And I'm going to try my hand at the Dutchman. I know Mara does this with Psy. But Michael died from colon cancer in August. So I'll start off with the chorus. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above side to sea. Long ago, used to be a young man, and dear Mara remembers that for me. And the Dutchman's not the kind of man to keep his thumb jammed in the dam that holds his dreams in. But that's a secret only Margaret knows. Amsterdam is golden. In the morning, Margaret brings him breakfast. She believes in him. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be. But Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above, side to sea. Long ago, used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman still wears wooden shoes, and his cap and coat are patched with love that Margaret sewed in. Sometimes he thinks he's in Rotterdam. He watches tugboats down canals and calls out to them, and he thinks he knows the captain. Till Margaret comes to take him home again, through unforgiving streets, tripping though she holds his hand. Sometimes he thinks he's alone and calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above, side to sea. Long ago, there used to be a young man, and Margaret remembers that for me. The windmills whirl the winter in. She winds his muffler tighter, and they sit in the kitchen. Some tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. He sees her for a moment, calls her name. She makes the bed up, humming some old love song. She learned it when the tune was very new. He hums a line or two. They hum together in the night. Dutchman falls asleep and Margaret blows the candles out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above, side to sea. Oh, long ago, used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Michael Smith.
Okay. Well, Joe Berg, are you ready? You ready to go? Unmute.
There you go, right there.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'll do my big hit. Go one big hit.
Mosh!
Hold on a second. Let me get my finger picks on. Okay, good. Take
Joe
it down.
Vargas.
There we go.
Joe Varga.
You better put on the,
I did. I put it on. I'm plugged in. Oh, the headphone?
There we go.
label mute.
The day when the big top came down, there wasn't a smile to be found. The giant canopy lay sprawled upon the ground, and the cables were all stored and wound. The day when the big top came down. The day when the big top came down. The elephants worried around. They were gone the year before. The lock went on the door. And the ringmaster took his last bow. The day when the big top came down. 100 years of cotton candy, the wonders of a child's delight, spending Sundays with the family, slip quietly into the night. "100 years of cotton candy, the wonder of a child's delight, spending Sundays with the family, slip quietly into the night. The day when the big top came down, there were tears in the eyes of the clowns when the greatest show on earth's canvas hit the dime. The circus would no longer come to town. The day when the big top, the day when the big top came down. Thank you.
Greg White is in here.
You
And,
write songs, you never know what you're going to get. You know, it's like you never know what's going to come out of it.
Greg, I understand you have to leave at 2:30. As Greg is doing us a favor today by coming in here because he has an appointment. He's the male Bluegrass IBMA Vocalist of the Year, by the way. So, Greg, I know you have to leave right away, so I'll let you go now so everybody can get a treat and hear you. Unmute yourself.
Well, thank you, Saul. It's great to see you and everybody. And so far, I've heard a great couple of songs. Got in here a little bit late. Sorry about that, but just trying to keep busy as much as we can. So today's the birthday. Speaking of bluegrass, today's the birthday of the father of bluegrass, Mr. Bill Monroe. And I think he would be, I think he would be 110 if he were alive today. So I think 1911 was the year he was born, I believe. So So I'm in honor of his birthday and the contributions that he's made to bluegrass and country music and folk music, acoustic roots music. I'll do one of his songs. One of his very popular ones as well. A lot of people have covered it, including Dolly Parton and Rhonda Vincent. Now, I'm not comparing myself to Dolly Parton nor Rhonda Vincent. So it's one called the Mule Skinner Blues. Well, good morning, Captain. Good morning to you, Shine. Do you need a new mule skinner out on your new mud line? Hey, 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 gonna do a little bit of the mule skinner blues. I can smell your bread a-burning. Buddy, go and turn your damper down. Turn it down. If you ain't got no damper, buddy, go and turn your bread around, 'cause it's getting brown. Hey, 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 gonna do a little bit of the mule skinner blues. I'm going to town, Captain. What do you want me to bring you back? Bring me a pint of cold hard boots and a John Pierce Stetson hat. Hey, 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 gonna do a little bit of the mule skinner blues. Well, now, hey there, little water boy, get your butt up off of the ground. Get that bucket of water, son, gonna bring that bucket round. If you don't like your job, set your one-eye bucket down. Hey, 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 gonna do a little bit of the mule skinner blues. I'm an old mule skinner down old Kentucky way. Hey, hey, I can make any mule listen, but won't accept your pay. Hey, 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 gonna do a little bit of the mule skinner blues. Well, good morning, Captain. Good morning to you, Shine. Do you need a new mule skinner out on your new mud line? Hey, 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 gonna do a little bit of the mule skinner blues. Hey, 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 gonna do a little bit of the mule skinner blues.
That was really great, Greg. Okay. Let's go to Peter Donahill. You're next, and then Murray is
Fabulous.
going after him.
What's that guy's name?
Oh, that, yes, right. So that's good. This is an English folk song, "The Banks of the Sweet Primroses," and it's not unusual as an English folk song. It's about two young people, and they bump into each other, and they have a conversation, and then halfway through the conversation, they realise they know each other, right? And in fact, they realise that they're we would say an item. They realise that they're in a relationship, but it takes them a number of verses to realise that. And I think the reason for this was a lot of young people were separated in the past by wartime and by conscription into the Navy, and so a lot of young people were genuinely separated. This is the banks of the Sweet from Roses. Can you hear my voice? Is that okay? Yeah, and the bouzouki. Yes, that's very good. As I was a-walking on midsummer's morning, a dew in the meadows and to take me there. Down by the banks of the sweet roses, there I did the most lovely dance. With 2 long steps, I stepped up to her, not knowing her as she passed me by. I stepped up to her, thinking to view her. She appeared to me like some lovely bride. I said, where are you going? And what's the occasion for all your grief? I'll make you as happy as any day if you will grant me once more relief. Stand on, you are deceived. You are deceitful, romantic flame. 'Tis you that has caused my heart to wander, to bring me comfort is all in vain. I'll take you down to some lonesome garden, where man no mortal don't come and tell. Where the sweet little swans you change their voice, and there we go, their voice do well. Come on, you don't know, I go alone. Don't give attention to what I say. There's many a dawn and cloudy morning comes out to be a sunshiny day. There's many a dawn and a cloudy morning comes out to be a sunshiny day. The banks of the Sweet Primroses.
Maury, you're on now.
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay. Let's see. All right. This is a song which I heard many years ago at first, and I always liked the melody and the words also, but I didn't know who wrote it until fairly recently. And it turned out it's a Bob Dylan song. And the name of the song is Tomorrow is a Long Time. Okay, it's a love song. If today were not an endless highway, if tonight was not a crooked trail, if tomorrow wasn't such a long time, then lonesome would mean nothing to me at all. Yes, and only if my own true love was waiting, and I could hear her heart softly pounding, and only if she were lying by me, would I lie in my bed once again. I can't see my reflection in the waters, I can't speak the sounds that show no pain. I can hear the echo of my footsteps. I can't remember the sound of my own name. And only if my own true love was waiting, and I could hear her heart softly pounding, and only if she was lying by me, could I lie in my bed once again. There's beauty in the silver singing river. There's beauty in the sunrise in the sky. But none of these and nothing else can touch the beauty that I remember in my own true love's eyes. And only if my own true love were waiting, and if I could hear her heart softly pounding, and only if she was lying by me, then I'd lie in my bed once again. That's it.
Sounds like early doing.
David Jones, you want to unmute yourself? You're next. Unmute.
Yeah, there I am.
Okay. What do
Okay.
you have for us today?
I'm going to sing you a song written by a Scots fella. I think it was Davy Steele. And the song is called The Last Trip Home. And it's about that day, sometime in the late 1940s, early 50s, when the tractors were replacing the big horses to pull the plows. And the day came when the farmer took his horses home from the field for the last time and dresses them up all their best harnesses with all the medallions and marches them back through the village. And all the people, the villagers get out to see the muckle horses. Muckle is a Scots word for big, pass by for the last time. And brings back memories for me because I was an evacuee in the Second World War. And I remember in the little village I was evacuated to with a farmer riding on the backs of those horses, hanging around the neck of the horses. That's the only place my legs would fit, going home from the harvest. I've worked on farms, and from the start, the muckle horses won my heart. With big broad backs they proudly stand, the uncrowned kings of all the land. But in spite of all their power and strength, they're as gentle as a summer's wind. So steady, boys, walk on. Our work is nearly done. No more we'll till and plough the fields. The horse's day is gone. And this shall be our last trip home. So steady, boys, walk on. I've heard men boast and sing the praise of Arab stallions in a race, of hunters that fly with the hounds to chase the fox and run him down. But none of them compare, I vow, with a working pair that pulls the plough. So steady, boys, walk on. Our work is nearly done. No more we'll till and plough the fields. The horse's day is gone. And this shall be our last trip home. So steady, boys, walk on. Excuse me. Of all the years I plied my trade, of all the fields I plowed and laid, I never thought I'd see the time when a plowboy's work was ever done. But progress runs its driven course, and the tractor has replaced the horse. So steady, boys, walk on. Our work is nearly done. No more we'll till and plow the fields. The horse's day is done. And this shall be our last trip home. So steady, boys, walk on. As we head back, our friends will line the road to see us one last time. There's none of them would want to miss the chance to see us pass like this. They'll say they saw in years to come the muckle horse's last trip home. So steady, boys, walk on. Our work is nearly done. No more we'll till and plow the fields. The horse's day is done. And this shall be our last trip home. So steady, boys, walk on. Steady, boys, walk on. Steady, boys, walk on. Sorry, I screwed up a bit there.
What did he say?
Oh, they said he.
Paul, you have to unmute.
Bob Lusk, unmute yourself, please. Okay. I was muted. That was my problem.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Perfect,
Yep.
Bob.
Okay. I'm in Florida, and we just lost a famous Florida songwriter the other day. Frank Thomas was a well-known Florida songwriter. Is honored quite a lot in our state here. And this is a song he wrote about the cracker cowmen, not cowboys, but cowmen. And this song has been used in films and a lot of historical contexts. It makes some references to some of the famous old Florida cowmen. Bone Mizell, Sam Keene, Doc Norman, and I could talk for a long time about each one of them, but I won't. I'll just sing the song. His beard may be stubbled like cut over sugar cane fields. His clothes may be dirty, but the look in his eye lets you know he won't yield. He's from a breed who has died, but he has survived. The world that he once knew is gone. He's an old cracker cowman, existing a long way from home. And dirt bikes stream over land that used to be scrub cow trails. And interstate highway taking the place of old Mr. Flagler's rails. And condos rise through the land and space shuttles fly. And the old cracker cowmen don't know
how it all passed him by. Old Bone Mizell is gone, but the legend lives on. Jake Summerland and old Sam Keene, the beginning and ending of an era now gone. And men like Doc Norman somehow let the bottle get him down. Those old cracker cowmen, they're like eagles tied to the ground. And dirt bikes stream over land that used to be scrub cow trails. And interstate highways taking the place of old Mr. Flagler's rail. And condos rise through the land and space shuttles fly. And the old cracker cowman don't know how it all passed him by. Yes, the old cracker cowman don't know how it all passed him by. Thank you.
Now, we're going to go up to Saginaw, Michigan now for Susan O'Rourke and Zig Zeitler.
Hi, Saul.
How you doing?
Good.
They operate a venue, by the way, known as the White Crow up in Saginaw, Michigan, and they're really terrific performers. I want you to get to hear them.
I'm so happy to be here. We haven't seen you in forever.
Close.
And last time we saw you, it was way up in New York.
Yeah, well, you played the Borderline. I remember that.
That's right. You did Irish music. So tonight, I know you guys are really into bluegrass and folk, and you know that Zig and I toured doing Irish music primarily, but we're both really avid writers ourselves for Irish music and American folk. But we thought, at least for me, I didn't want to do any originals today. I thought I would try to lean more towards folk because I know that's your love with your group. So we're going to do, I think Zig's going to do a song. Let's start with Zig. He's going to do, what do you do?
Yeah, you get 2 songs, by the way, because you're 2 people. 2 people get 2 songs. If you want to do originals, that's okay with us. Or if you want to do Irish, anything goes here.
He's going to do one, and then I'll do one.
Okay.
Okay.
This is actually a song called Hear the Whistle Blow. This actually is an original song, but it's got a real folky feel. I did this on TV with Skip Jones, who's a well-known folk singer from Wisconsin. I always like doing songs about trains. So here we go. Hear the whistle blow. Hear the whistle blow. I'm wasting down the track. Hear the whistle blow. I don't think it's coming back. That train took my baby away. That train took that baby away. It's been 3 years since she left me. And that long that train took her that day. My baby is so far away. My baby is so far away. She's gone, gone. Such a long way from home. My baby and that long dream through that day. My baby is far away. My baby is far away. I'd like to hop that train and find my baby. Living without drives me crazy. Oh, where can my baby be? Oh, where can my baby be? Hear the whistle blow, always down the track. Hear the whistle blow, I don't think I'll back. That brings my baby away. That brings my baby away. She's gone, she's gone. Such a long way from home. That brings my baby away. That brings my baby away.
Hey, Susan, you're up now.
Now let's see the play.
You can play if you want. I'm gonna do an old tune. It was written by a guy named Nathaniel Shilkret. I want to believe like in the late 1920s. So the name of the song is called "Look Down That Lonesome Road." Look down, that lonesome road before you travel on. Look up, and seek your maker. For Gabriel blows his horn. I'm so weary, toneless, heavy load. Trudging down that lonesome road. Look down, that lonesome road before you travel on. home. I'm so weird, toeless, heaven knows. Broken down that long some road, look down, yeah, yeah, that lonesome road before you travel on, yeah, yeah. Before you travel on, look down, that lonesome road. Before you travel on, yes now, before you travel on.
In Michigan, we're now going out to Arcata, California, in the middle of the forest fires for Cray Van Kirk. Take it away, Cray.
Thank you, Saul. Yeah, if I suddenly disappear in a puff of smoke, it's because the big fire is just south of us about 30 miles, and the air quality is really bad here. It's like heavy fog, but we'll see if I can persist here. I'm going to do a tune. I released my 4th CD just before everything locked down for COVID-19. That was probably really intelligent on my part. But I'm going to do a tune from that CD. It was a stormy Sunday morning. The rain was pouring down, so I took refuge in the library uptown, and there I sulked and fretted like an angry child, until one of the librarians sat next to me and smiled. He was tall, he was handsome, and his smile was like the sun. He said, "I think you need some help, you're looking rather glum." I hesitated briefly and then opened up my soul, and I told him why I wandered through the wet and cold. I said, "Oh, I am looking for heroes, light to drive the dark away, Superman to save the day. All the skies are emptiness and gray, ordinary, everyday, 9 to 5 with bills to pay. Captain Marvel's far away, tell me, where have all the heroes gone?" He told me everything's a story, change the story, change the world, and here you'll find the answer to the question you have hurled. There's no more fertile soil for the heroes that we need than all the stories gathered here for everyone to read. For this is where the hero's journey starts. Every line on every page can guide a growing heart. Now flying through the sky, that sounds like fun. The heroes are in everyone, not the few and not the one. Love and justice daily done, here's the secret that your quest has won. I tell you, heroes are not born, they are honestly made by the sweat of their brow and the tools of their trade. Sometimes with iron, sometimes with steel, always with love and courage to feel the labors of Hercules close to their breast, day sat there bewildered, and I sat there perplexed. I thought, wait, don't heroes all wear leather and spandex? If what he was saying was true and was right, there were heroes all around me, hidden in plain sight. And then there came a voice by our knees. A very young child said, Mr. Kent, help me please. My mother said, you'd tell me where to look to find this very special book, all about the dinosaurs with lots of colored pictures, mostly from the late Cretaceous, but before the Cenomanian-Turonian boundary event, because that's the best part of the Mesozoic, when Tyrannosaurus rex and Quetzalcoatlus were around, and they are so totally cool. Rawr. Mr. Kent, help me please. Now that I can do, cried the man as he rose, and he pointed the child towards the books that he chose. He winked as he passed me, and I saw on his chest, under his shirt, the red shape of an S. For heroes are not born, they are honestly made by the sweat of their brow, by the tools of their trade, sometimes with iron, or sometimes with steel, but always with the love and the courage to feel.
You're next. You're next.
Okay.
And after that, Jim Colbert, you'll go after Jerry.
All right. It's always interesting to try to figure out what to play and what to sing for these things, and almost invariably somebody does something and it makes me think of something else, and I do something else. So it's just the way it is, you know. It's too much time at home for all of us. This is not a folk song, but it's passed into the American canon.
Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your dad is rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With your daddy and mammy standing by. It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. The things that you're liable to read in the Bible, they ain't necessarily so. Little David was small, but oh my. David was small, but oh my. He fought big Goliath, who lay down and died. David was small, but oh my. And Jonah, he lived in a whale. They say Jonah, he lived in a whale. He made his home in that fish's abdomen. Jonah, he lived in a whale. And Moses was found in a stream. They say little Moses was found in a stream. That boy floated on water till old Pharaoh's daughter, she fished him, she says, from that stream. Methuselah lived 900 years. They say Methuselah lived 900 years. But tell me now, who'd call that living when no gal will give in to no man? What's 900 years? Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your dad is rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings you will rise up singing. And you spread your wings and take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With your daddy and mammy standing by. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Don't you cry. Don't you cry. Summertime.
Fantastic, Jerry.
Right.
Okay, Bellefonte, Pennsylvania, Jim Colbert.
All right, Jerry, I know exactly what you mean about about the songs. Every time I have something planned, I'm like, something inspires me to go somewhere else before it's my turn. So I was actually thinking when Cray played about the, I don't have a song about fires in California, but I do have one about that I wrote about a series of barn fires that happened to county just south of us here in central Pennsylvania, probably 20 years ago now, but this is called It Took Hands. This faded barn's been standing since the war to end all wars. Not the fresh-faced kid who milked the cows, he's marching home no more. And that mail pouch sign's a specter from generations past, a sulfur smell, a tiny spark, it fades away so fast. And it took hands to build this barn, to raise it from the ground. 1,000 planks and boards, but one match to burn it down. Well, the wood was checked and splintered from winter's ice and snows. Still she offered sanctuary from the wind and rain and cold. Summer's heat had worn the pine to a faded, soft and gray. But in the twinkle of a match flare, well, that history's burned away. And it took faith to build this barn, a promise for the years. Now neighbors close as kin, they can't hold back their tears. Well, this barn was in the family since before we could recall, and it was built by faces we just know from photos on the wall. Well, it stood the Great Depression through droughts and hurricanes. Now it's just black logs and embers smoldering in the summer's rain. And it took pride to build this barn, a dozen able men. Now it's only pale gray ashes that are scattering in the wind. Well, they say from dust we come, to dust we shall return. Oh, and in between, if fortune smiles, we live and love and learn. And perhaps that's true of buildings too. Perhaps they just don't mind to stand up for their families and to work hard in their time. And it takes love to raise this barn, to make it stand again. A village and a family where strangers bond as friends. Love rebuilds this barn, and love rebuilds us all. A testament to time, it's too powerful to fall. It took faith to build this, pride to build this, hands to build this barn.
Yeah.
Debbie, Ron. Ready? Ready? While they're getting their instruments, I just want to tell everybody we're going to take a 4-week break after this one, and next one will be October the 18th. They're going to be new login numbers, so everybody send me an email, and I'll get you on the email list for the new series. It's Folk in Boca, FOLKINBOCA @gmail.com. Okay, October 18th, we start again, new login numbers. Okay, we take a 4-week break for the Jewish holidays. Okay, Ron and Debbie, you're on.
Okay, I'm gonna do a song that was written by Pete Sutherland, and a New England fiddler. The song pretty much speaks for itself, if I can make myself understood here. Along Blue Ridge Mountain, there's a country green and fair. Road roads are high and winding, there's dogwood in the air. And I guess I'm longing to see those mountains, but I guess I've had my fill of the shacks along the riverbanks and the chalets on the hill. For it's in that same steep country that they mine the shiny coal. That's the coal we burn up north to break the winter's hold. And the folks who dig and those who don't, well, they always either dwell in the shacks along the riverbanks and the chalets on the hill. I seem to have forgotten how to play this song, so I'm gonna have to do the best I can. When it's springtime in the mountains, there's a stirring in my soul. It also brings the flood that's caused by stripping off the coal. And the shacks along the riverbank must obey the water's will. You can watch them floating down the stream from the chalets on the hill. Guess it's wrong to even notice when you're only passing through. If the folks down there accept things, I guess that I should too. Still, I sort kinda wish I'd been there when the land was wild and free, and the rich man's greed couldn't buy the key to the chalets on the hill. Some folks say it's human nature, others say it's just our lot. Poor folks at the bottom, the rich folks at the top. But do you think someday it all can change when the people have their will? There'll be no shacks along the riverbank, no chalets on the hill. There'll be no shacks along the riverbank, no chalets on the hill.
Debbie, what do you got for us?
All right, this song was written in 1986. It's very fine today, about immigrants here, written by Jan Christensen. It's called The Ghosts of Ellis Island.
Wrong
fiddle. Well, my name is Juan, and I come to this country from a boat lift from Mariel Bay. As I walked around the streets of the city, I heard some people say they all look funny and they don't speak English and taking our jobs away. And from out of the past I heard people who came to an island in New York. Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? If you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. Well, my name is Pat, and I came from vouch for your sanity. If you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. My name is Rivka and I came from Russia where I never knew luxury. And the Cossacks came with their swords and their guns. They killed all my family. So I come here where people don't live in fear, and I'll sweat in your dress shops all day. Though I'm tattered and torn, I see dreams being born from this island in New York. Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? If you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. Oh, my name is Guido and I come from Palermo where I laid the bricks all day. But I had a dream that was bigger than Palermo, and that's why I sailed away. Now I'll build your subways and I'll climb your buildings and I'll save up all of my pay, so that next year my wife and my children can come to this island in New York Bay. We are the ghosts of old Ellis Island. We have our tales to tell. Some left a good life to come over here. Some left to live in hell. Crossed the sea and we built this land. We will in your very own way. And to you who have come, we will say welcome home from this island in New York. Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on a long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do you work fine? Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? If you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. If you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free.
Great, great, great. Label, are you ready? Mute yourself, Label.
Howdy, how's it going? You hear me? Oh, now I can't hear you.
Loud and clear, Label.
Okay, LNC, loud and clear. That's nice. Okay. Well, I can't say that I ever played stud poker at the Kettle Fish Bar on McDougal Street with Tom Paxton, but I still do plenty of his songs. Bottle of wine, fruit fine, ain't you gonna let me get sober? Let me alone, let me go home, let me go back and start over. Rambling around this dirty old town, singing for nickels and dimes. Time's getting tough, ain't got enough. Find a little bottle of wine, bottle of wine, cruising fine. Ain't gonna let me get sober. Let me at home, let me go home, let me go back and start over. Well, little hotel older than hell, dark as the cold in the mine. Blankets so thin, just lay there and grin, 'cause I got my little bottle of wine. Oh, little bottle of wine, cruising fine. Ain't you gonna let me get sober? Let me alone, let me go home, let me go back and start over. Hey, me, won't find a little bottle of Ripple or some Thunderbird. Hell, I'll drink Sterno, bottle of wine, food of the vine. When you gonna let me get sober? Let me alone, let me go home, let me go back and start over. Well, the preacher will preach and the teacher will teach. Mine will work as mine. I ride the rod, trusting in God, a hug and a bottle of wine. Hey, bottle of wine, fruit of the vine. When you gonna let me get sober? Let me alone, let me go home, let me go back and start over. Bottle of wine, fruit of the vine. When you gonna let me get sober? Let me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over.
I see that Bob Zens has his auto hop all ready to go. Bob and Jeannie, you're next. And after that, we'll have Chrissy and then Beth and Nigel. And then we'll go to Toronto after that.
Well, we've got a special song for you, Saul, that is for the coming of the high holiday week. And it's a song that actually was written at a madrigal dinner in Norfolk at Old Dominion University. And a bunch of us, after it was over and we'd had pretty much mead to drink, began to talk about life, the universe, and everything. And since we were all from various and sundry denominations, we asked the question, do you think when we get to the big resting place in the sky, or wherever it might be, that we'll be able to hang out with our friends of different denominations, or is it all separate? And so out of it came a song that was inspired by the Shema. And as one DJ once put it, this might have been the song that Mother Maybelle Carter would have written had she been a Baha'i. So it goes something like this.
And your singing part is thy light, thy will be done, and when all thy names are one.
I'll begin tomorrow, I'll be on my way. Thy light, thy will be done. I'll bid farewell to sorrow, I will sing and pray. When all thy names are one. When all thy names are one, O Lord. When all thy names are one. Bid farewell to sorrow, I will sing and pray. When all thy names are one. And for those who long for all the days gone by, thy light, thy will be done. And for those who stare at the starry sky, where all thy names are one. Give it a cry. Where all thy names are one, O Lord. Where all thy names are one. And for those who stare at the starry sky, where all thy names are one. The whole world round we shall praise thy name. Thy light, thy will be done. In 1,000 tongues, yet they sound the same. When all thy names are one. When all We all dwell in one building, though some reach of doom. Thy light, thy will be done. Why must all thy children dwell in separate rooms, when all thy names are one? When all thy names are one, oh Lord, when all thy names are one, why must all thy children dwell in separate rooms, when all thy names are one? For we all drink the same water from the same deep well. Thy light, thy will be done. Then why must one soul's heaven be another's well? Thy all thy names are one. When all thy names are one, oh Lord, when all thy names are one, why must one soul's heaven be another's hell? When all thy names are one. Now,
You guys got one more.
All right then.
just changing her instrument at the old corral here.
Yeah. By the way, your audio was fading out a little at the end of the last song.
We were fading out a little?
Yeah, your audio at the end of the last song was starting to degrade.
Okay, so this is in the key of C if you want to play along, and we usually do a really long introduction, but we won't do that now. We're coming up on the change of the season here. We're not we're in the mid-south or the mid-Atlantic, so it's not we don't have any changing leaves or anything like that here in Norfolk, Virginia.
But a lot of changing minds.
Yeah, but we don't have any more days in the 90s, and even the highs have been in the low 80s or some days in the 70s. So this is great. We're looking forward to the equinox in another week or so. But this is a song that's about the winter solstice, and we just thought it might be nice.
Chilling.
Yeah, to think
Okay,
about
so
it.
I'm going to go. Take it easy.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't.
Go on, everybody.
Take care, Joe.
Take it easy, Joe.
Bye, Joe. So anyway, this will be the first autumn in many, many years that we have not gone to New England in the fall, and we're kind of sad about that. Although we got a couple of things coming up that you can join in, including the Boston getaway, where we will be here, but virtually we'll all be singing together.
Right?
It will be Zoom, so that's something. We'll post some things that maybe Saul you can share with the group. But this is something that Bob wrote a few years back. It's about winter solstice, the first day of winter in Vermont in the snow, and he played it for me on the phone, and it was in a calypso beat, which to me didn't make sense. But then we found out that in fact, when the poet had written the words of this poem that Bob set to music, he wrote them in August. He'd been up all night working on writing this epic long.
The poet.
The poet had been up all night writing this epic long poem, and it got to be dawn, and he was having trouble with it, and he flung the door of the cabin open, and something about the way the August midsummer sun was shining on the field made him think of snow. And within 20 minutes, he had written these 4 stanzas, which are probably the most famous he ever did. You will know it right away. We hope that you will sing along. We used the 4th stanza as the chorus. We haven't played this in months, right? The woods are lovely, dark dark and deep. But I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, and I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, and I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. What is it? He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and county flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, and I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, and I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Robert Frost.
Nancy, you're up now. Are you ready for us?
I think so. You want me to go, Saul?
Yes, right, yeah.
All right, love. Okay. All right. Did everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Super.
Yeah.
Super. So since this bluegrass sort of a theme today started off, I've been working on a little something. Thanks for your patience with me if I flub. It's 8 more miles to Louisville. Eight more miles to Louisville, coming to my view. 8 more miles on this old road, and I'll never more be blue. Knew someday that I'd come back, knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. Traveled over this country wide, seeking fortune. I went down the 2 coastline, traveled everywhere. From Portland East and Portland West, back along the line. I'm going down to a place that's best, that old hometown of mine. 8 more miles from Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles on this old road, and I'll never more be blue. Knew someday that I'd come back, knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. Sure to be a boy somewhere that you'd like best of all. Mine is down in Louisville, he's long and he's tall. He's the kind that you can't find rambling through the land. I'm on my way this very day to win his heart and hand. 8 more miles to Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles on this old road, and I'll never more be blue. Knew someday I'd come back, knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. picture in my mind a place that we'll call home. Home, a little hut for two, we'll never want to roam. The place that's right where love sits there is in those bluegrass hills. Gently flows the Ohio, a place called Louisville. 8 more miles of Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles on this old road and I'll never more be blue. Knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, hometown of my heart. Woo. Thanks, guys. That was a hard one for me.
Okay, Mara Levine is going to go next. Then after that is Beth and Nigel, and then after that is Warsha and Donald. Okay, that's the order that we go that we're doing. Okay,
Hi,
so
everybody.
Mara.
Hi. It's so nice to see everybody here and hear everybody. Okay, I'm going to do a song that's written by my friend Bob Wright. He's a Staten Island songwriter, prolific songwriter. And the song is called Immigrant Dream. And it is, it's about his ancestors, his great-grandmother, Annie Kiley, who came over from Ireland to make a new life in the country. And it's also very universal themed. It's about, you know, the hopes and dreams of all immigrants coming over. And I think it's really pertinent for what's been happening, you know, to immigrants under this current administration. It's called Immigrant Dream. Can you hear it? Who are you, Annie Kiley, with your hard, calloused hands, and a husband who works as a riverboat man? You're taking in laundry, you're pregnant again, but you're proud of the life you have made. Here, you're proud of the life you have made. Hearts and hands, hopes and plans. That's what an immigrant brings. Thoughts of homes and families grown are only an immigrant dream. They are only an immigrant dream. Well, you can walk to St. Patrick's and the river is free. It could be the Shannon, the Liffey, the Lee. It reminds you of Ireland so far across the sea. But you're proud of the life you have made. Here, you're proud of the life you have made. Hearts and hands, hopes and plans. That's what an immigrant brings. Thoughts of homes and families grown are only an immigrant dream. They are only an immigrant dream. Well, it isn't all easy. There are people who hate, and at times you miss home with such pain that you weep. But you married for love, and there's food there to and you're proud of the life you have made. Here you're proud of the life you have made. Hearts and hands, homes and plans. That's what an immigrant brings. Thoughts of homes and families grown are only an immigrant dream. They are only an immigrant dream. And that was written by Bob Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T, from Staten Island.
Okay, now we're going to go across the pond to Beth and Nigel over in West Cliff by the Sea. What town do you live in?
That's where we are. I still can't. I'm still getting such a thrill about the fact that we're, doing this across the world. It's just quite incredible. We were just talking before about, when we were young and just, trying to make a call to America was such a big deal. But now we can do this, and it's so amazing. So thank you for letting us, gate crash, so to speak.
Hang on.
We're going to do. You all right? You got your. We're going to do a Memphis Mini song called "Girlish Days." Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep. Go on.
2, 3, 4. Late hours at night, trying to play my hands. Through my window, out steps a man. I didn't know better. Oh, boys, in my girlish days. My mama cried, Papa did too. Oh, daughter, what a shame on you. I didn't know better. Oh, boys, in my girlish days. I caught a train, didn't have a dime, trying to get away from that home of mine. I didn't know better. Oh, boys, in my girlish days. All my playmates, they're not surprised. I had to travel before I got wise. I didn't know better. Oh, boys, in my girlish days. I hit the highway, caught me a truck. 19 and 17 when the winter was tough. I didn't know better. Oh, boys, in my girlish days. All of my playmates, they're not surprised. Had to travel before I got wise. I didn't know better, but I've still got my girlish ways.
You guys got one more yet if you want.
No.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so we're going to move up now to Marsha and Donald in Toronto.
Good afternoon. Can you hear us? All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
great.
can hear you.
Okay. This is a song we discovered about 4 years ago, written by Michael Hunter Oakes. And, oh, there goes Saul. This song is for you, Saul. No, it's for the Jewish New Year coming up. It's called A New Year Prayer. Hope you like it. Okay. May this be the year of love and kindness. May strangers come to be friends. May truth and compassion always guide us. Amen. May this be a year of hope and healing for all of those in need. May all of our deeds be a blessing. Amen. A new year, a good year, a chance to start all over. A new year, a sweet year, a chance to bring us closer. May this be a year of selfless giving. May this be a year of peace. And may we forgive and be forgiven. Amen. A new year, a good year, a chance to start all over. A new year, a sweet year, a chance to bring us closer, closer to the ones we love, more than we can be proud of, long as there are stars above. There comes a new year.
You guys got one more yet? One more.
We're done.
Only one. Only one today.
Okay, thank you.
Only one today, right?
Yeah, one today. Thank you.
Okay. Where Devora? You're going to sing today for us. Devora Abramowitz. Can you hear me? Devora, can you hear me?
Yes.
Are you going to sing today for us? Muted. Unmute, Devora, please.
I'm having, hello?
Are you going to sing for us today?
No, I'm not. I'm having such fun though, listening to everyone else. It has been wonderful.
Okay. We enjoy your audiences. We appreciate our audiences. For our next, after the holidays are over, we're going to try to go Facebook Live if we could, if I could get the technical knowledge to do so. Okay, Michael Reeves, are you going to do anything for us today?
No, I said I wasn't doing anything today.
Okay, so I'm going to finish off the first round. I'm going to do something now. Being that it seems like immigration was is the theme for today. So I'm going to do a song about immigration, which I think 2 or 3 years ago was the top song on the folk charts, was by Joe Jenks, and who was part of a group called Brother Sun, and it's called Lady of the Harbor. There's also a song by the same name by Cy Khan, but this is the one by Joe Jenks. I hope I have the voice to pull it off, but we'll try. From far away and distant lands, the tempest tossed with hopeful hearts and calloused hands, reach for the light, the torch held high, and cast their gaze upon the lady of the harbor. And she welcomes them with open arms. She says, let my children in. Shine on, oh, you lady of the harbor. And so it was with my own kin. They sailed from Sweden and from France and Ireland. Their earthly cares packed in their bags, they cast their gaze upon the lady of the harbor. And she welcomes them with open arms. She says, let my children in. Shine on, oh, you lady of the harbor. Now we're locking down the borders, we're filling up the jails, and we say they don't belong. How conveniently do we forget that we've all come to sing the same sweet song? Will the dream survive the strain? Will huddled masses have a chance to learn its sweet refrain? Or will we fall into our fears and turn our backs against the lady of the harbor? And she welcomes them with open arms. She says, let my children in. Shine on, oh, you lady of the harbor. Shine on, oh, you lady of the harbor. Okay, let's start again from the beginning. Bob Geller.
Yeah. That's my favorite so far of yours.
Okay, well, if we need me, I'll stay here until 6 o'clock till everybody gets two turns. I'm not going to go away. Okay.
Thanks, Sal. I started off by saying I was honoring two songwriters that passed away this year. I did one by Michael Smith, and now I'm going to do one by John Prime. And he died a couple months ago. He actually died of the COVID virus, but he was not well to begin with. Anyway, John got pretty well known. He wrote real simple sounding songs with simple chords for the most part, but a lot of times they had deeper meaning, and he liked to combine humor with a social commentary. But there's a little song of his called Souvenirs. All the snow has turned to water. Christmas days have come and gone. Broken toys and faded colors. It's all that's left to linger on. I hate graveyards and all pawn shops, for they always bring me tears. Can't forgive the way they rob me of my childhood souvenirs. Memories that can't be bought, can't be won at carnivals for free. Took me years to get those souvenirs. I don't know how they slipped away from me. broken hearts and dirty windows make life difficult to see. That's why last night and this morning always look the same to me. I hate reading old love letters, for they always bring me tears. Can't forget the way they robbed me of my sweetheart's souvenirs. Memories that can't be bought, can't be won at carnivals for free. Took me years to get those souvenirs. I don't know how they slipped away from me. All the snow has turned to water. Christmas days have come and gone. Broken toys and faded colors, it's all that's left to linger on. I hate graveyards and old pawn shops, for they always bring me tears. Can't forgive the way they robbed me of my childhood souvenirs. Memories that can't be bought, can't be won at carnivals for free. Took me years to get those souvenirs. I don't know how they slipped away from me. Took me years to get those souvenirs. I don't know how they slipped away from me. Oh, John Prine.
Okay, Peter Donahill, I believe you're next.
Okay.
Sue's not singing right now.
Can people hear me? It's an interesting thing with culture, how it spreads around the world. And for instance, in Finland, I've heard they've really taken on tango, and people sing tango and play tango in Finland. Across a lot of places in Europe, in the UK, France, in Holland, they've really taken on the music of Louisiana, and they have Cajun festivals where people eat and they dance to Cajun music. And European bands, very good bands, play Cajun music. And sometimes, if we're very lucky, you know, we can get over people like Steve Riley or Anne Savoy to play us authentic Louisianan Cajun music. So this is my version from the UK. Do excuse my UK accent in this, but this is a song Two-Step de Criminel. Criminel being an endearment to somebody's mum. Wanted some good time, wanted something from your town, what's going on? Come on, from fashion to home, what on a twenty or criminal. talk, munch me. Watch my pop, munch my step. My tooth stung the drum names on that Bakewell way. Shake blue to the band away to one. Check out time, yeah, munch on don't they miss it. Wanted summertime, wanted summer, and watch coming home. Come, shot that shaggy rolls, hot on the twatty, my friend. Hot on the twatty, my friend. Two-step to criminal.
David Jones, are you there?
Right here.
Yeah, Murray went out to walk his dog. He'll be back in 20 minutes. So, David, you'll take the next turn, and when Murray comes back, we'll take him.
Okay, I'm going to sing you a song by Bob Coltman.
Yeah, we can't see your face, by the way.
Oh, you can't?
We can't see your face at all, no. Just see the bed over there.
Let's see.
No, because you've got it. It's.
Oh, what do I have to do to turn it around?
See your face.
You do that one.
That one. Yeah.
Okay, we're good now. Okay.
Yeah, but now I have to look at my face. That's This is a song by Bob Coltman. He set it in the American Civil War, and he takes a young fella from Massachusetts, and Jacob's Pillow, which is in western Massachusetts, and he's drafted into the Union Army and given his instructions to shoot if he sees the enemy, but he's never shot at anyone before, which is a problem for him, and he wonders what he'll do. And he thinks of his girlfriend back in Jacob's Pillow. Her name is Ruthie. It's dark and late, I'm tired and lonely. They said the wagons would be along, but the moon's far down and the pass is empty. I guess by that there is something wrong. My boots are hard, my rifle's heavy, and Jacob's Pillow is far away. And my love Ruth, he lies home lonely. At least that's what her letters say. If I could have my dear desire, I'd be safe through this battleground. I'd lay my head over on Jacob's pillow. Let my love Ruthie roll me down. Now war is fear and war is waiting. I hear the guns beyond the hill. There's nothing keeping me from running. I don't know why I sit here still. I don't know why I watch so eager for the wagons to cross the shore. 'Cause if they do, I'm supposed to fire, and I never killed no one before. If I could have my dear desire, I'd be safe through this battleground. I'd lay my head over on Jacob's pillow. Let my love Ruthie roll me down. And if I shoot and shoot to murder, if what my captain says is true, I'd be a man and save the army. I'd be a hero of the blue. But that's a hard thing to put upon me, to put me in a killing case. If I get back to Jacob's pillow, could I look Ruthie in the face? If I could have my dear desire, I'd be safe through this battleground. I'd lay my head over on Jacob's pillow. Let my love Ruthie roll me down.
David.
It'd be a hard song at a certain age.
Okay, next we're going to Susan and Zig. Maury didn't come back yet, so we'll take his turn when he comes back. Susan and Zig, you're on. Give us two good.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
How we doing?
Man, I got to train for this round.
All right. Am I doing it going first? Or?
Yep. I thought I'd move out of the way and bring it over 'em.
Okay, let me grab my guitar and harp here. Maybe see what I'm doing here a little bit more. This is a tune, old Billy Joe Shaver tune. I always enjoyed this tune. I probably had to have a little bit different arrangement for it than most, but nonetheless, it's a fun tune. And it's called Ride Me Down Easy. And it goes something like this. Ride me down easy, no. Ride me on down. Leave wood in the dust where I lay. Say I'm easy come, easy go, and easy love. When I stay, I wish you started time kind of fast. The rides there's yes as the rain. When you're down to your last shot, nothing left to live to go away from the train. They ride me down, you know, ride me on down, leave wood and dust where I lay. Say I'm easy come, easy go, month of Sundays and it's time to go. I had a told drink yesterday's one. Left a long string of friends, some sheets in the wind, and some satisfied woman behind. Ride me down, you know, ride me on down, leave in the dust where I sit. Say I'm easy gone, easy go, easy go when I stay. Which knew on the mountain, raised hell on the hill, like on the devil himself. And a rodeo bum, son of a gun, and a whole stop in his crowd. Ride me down, Lord, ride me on down. Leave the dust where I say I'm easy come, easy go, and easy love when I stay. Say I'm easy come, easy go, and easy to love when I stay. Ah.
Susan there? Is Susan gonna sing?
Just a second, here she comes.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Okay, so I'm gonna do a great song. I think it's contemporarily written by Celtic or Irish standards. It's written by a pretty famous guy in Irish and Celtic music by the name of Dougie MacLean. Dougie MacLean actually wrote this song when he was 18 years old. He had been doing a lot of touring. He was in a power band at a very young age and was on the road. And he wrote this song about Scotland. He was on the beach one night and he'd been away from home for a long time, or it seemed like a long time. And he wrote this song about home and how homesick he was. And I just, like, when I listen to the lyrics of this song, I'm always astounded at the depth of the lyrics in this song from a kid at 18 years old, and how he was able to really connect how important it is when you leave home for long periods of time and you want to go back, and you just hope that you don't go back as a visitor, that it's always home to you. I don't know if you can see the change that has come over me these past few days. I've been afraid I might drift away. So I've been telling old stories, singing old songs. Makes me think of where I came from, and that's the reason why I see
so far away today. Let me tell you I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, oh, you know it'd make me more than sad. Caledonia, you're everything I've ever had. Now I have moved and kept on moving, proved the points I've needed proving, lost the friends I needed losing, found others on the way. And I have tried and kept on trying, stolen dreams there's no denying, traveled hard with protest flying, somewhere in the wind. Let me tell you I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, oh, you know it'd make me more than sad. Caledonia, you're everything I've ever had. Caledonia, you're everything I've ever had. Now I'm sitting here before the fire, empty room, the forest choir, the flames they flickered then grew higher, they've withered now, they're gone. And I'm steady thinking my way is clear, I know what I must do tomorrow when hands are shaking and kisses flow. I will disappear. Oh, let me tell you I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, oh, you know it'd make me more than sad. Caledonia, you're everything I've ever had. Let me tell you I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, well, you know it'd make me more than sad. Caledonia, you're everything I've ever had.
Thanks, guys.
Lovely.
That's a beautiful song. You know, that was sort of ripped off a bit by General Dempsey, a former chief of staff of the American Army. He wrote a song called America, exactly the same words actually, but I'm sure he got Dugan McLean's permission to do it. You can go on YouTube and hear General Dempsey sing it, and it's the same words.
I'm gonna have to Google that and look it up.
Yeah, just General Dempsey singing, or just put in General Dempsey and Dugan McLean. I think that will bring it up.
I will. Thank you for the tip.
Interesting. Okay.
That was beautiful, Susan. That was really nice.
Lovely, yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, Cravan Kirk, you're next. On mute. You're muted. Cray, unmute yourself. Okay.
Ha ha. The Isle of Man is this little tiny island in the Irish Sea between Ireland and Great Britain. And I had some shows there late last year, and my wife actually spent part of her growing up there. So here's a tune for the town on the Isle of Man where she grew up. It's off the new CD. This is The House About Kirkmichael. There's a house about Kirkmichael out upon the Irish Sea, where it's written on the doorway where the windows used to be, that all who come inside will be tucked in for a lovely evening tea. There's a house about Kirkmichael, and it's tilted on its side, drunk upon the tempest, surrounded by the tide, but solid of Byzantium where candled windows and the dark collide. There's a house about Kirkmichael, and it's full of sleepy bears, and a dozen shabby tigers who pounce upon the stairs, and not along the widow's walk, Joe Strummer singing with the mescaleers. And well about Kirkmichael is a child who loves the dogs, and one who plants her flowers from the garden catalogs, and one who builds her dragons hidden softly in the heavy autumn fogs. Only heroes dare the kitchens, pie and pudding on the wall and floor. It's my favorite mystery, the pages of our history. And there's a house about Kirkmichael, and in it I will die. I'll leave it for the children where the windows open wide, those poets and their patchwork quilted boats to set them free. These fragments have I shored against my ruin, and love shall not be lost in this summer flowered house beside the sea.
Cray.
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 Cray. Cray. It's Mike Reeves here. I always sing in December, I always sing the Ellen Vannin Tragedy song about the mail ship that went down. And
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's a great song.
Yeah. Cray, tell them something about your guitar. It's a special made guitar from graphite.
Yeah, I lived in Alaska for a long time, and I got into playing carbon fiber guitars. And these particular guitars are made by a gentleman in Germany, Leviora guitars. They're carbon fiber, custom built. If anybody's interested in carbon fiber, he is, I think, the top builder in the world. Emerald Guitars in Donegal, Ireland makes fantastic stuff. So does Rain Song. I've played Rain Song for years. But these are the absolute finest instruments that I have ever owned, hands down. And he's just Leviora guitars on the internet, and you can see what he builds. And a lot of the new finger stylist, acoustic, percussive guys are playing his instruments. They're remarkable.
What's his name again? What's his name?
The luthier's name is Thomas Streaker. I'll put it in the chat window.
Okay.
And then the guitar is called Leviora, Leviora. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat window here so people can see it.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay, we will get on to our next person. Murray, are you ready to sing? Unmute yourself.
Okay, yes.
Okay, and then Jerry, and then Jim after that. Okay, sorry.
Okay. This is a song that was written, I think, back in the late 60s or the early 70s. And it's written by somebody whose initials are BD. Now, you might think that I'm talking about Bob Dylan, but I'm not, although his name sounds very similar, because I'm talking about somebody who was known as a rock singer until toward the tail end of his career. He switched over and did some folk songs, including this one, which he wrote. I'm talking about Bobby Darin. Yeah. And this is a song that he wrote called A Simple Song of Freedom. He came out on stage with the same outfit, you know, a tuxedo and a bow tie, black, that he used in his rock performances. And, you know, but it was funny that he was doing a folk style song, and it was an anti-Vietnam War protest song. And it's called A Simple Song of Freedom. Come and sing a simple song of freedom. Sing it like you've never sung before. Let it fill the air, tell the people everywhere. We the people here don't want a war. Hey there, Mr. Big Man, can you hear me? I don't want your diamonds or your game. I just want to be someone known to you as me, and me as me. No, and I will bet my life you want the same. Come and sing a simple song of freedom. Sing it like you've never sung before. Let it fill the air, tell the people everywhere. We the people here don't want a war. 700 million, are you listening? Most of what you read is made of lies. But speaking one to one, ain't it everybody's son to wake up to in the morning when we rise? Come and sing a simple song of freedom. Sing it like you've never sung before. Let it fill the air, tell the people everywhere. We the people here don't want a war. Brother reporters, are you busy? If not, won't you drop this friend a line? Tell me if the man who is plowing up your land has got the war machine upon his mind. Come and sing a simple song of freedom. Sing it like you never sung before. Let it fill the air at the people everywhere. We the people here don't want a war. Now no doubt some folks enjoy doing battle, like presidents, prime ministers, and kings. So let's all build them shells when they can fight, where they can fight amongst themselves. Leave the people be who love to sing. Come and sing a simple song of freedom. Sing it like you've never sung before. Let it fill the air, tell the people everywhere. We the people here don't want a war. I say let it fill the air, tell the people everywhere. We the people here don't want a war. Freedom, freedom, freedom.
Never heard that one before.
What?
I never heard that one before.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people didn't hear it, and a lot of people don't associate Darren with that kind of song at all.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Okay, Jerry Carabao.
Okay, so again, who knows what to do here, but this is a tune. This is a work song, and we have our friends Peter and Mike from just outside of London are very heavily involved in sea shanties, and shanties are work songs. This is an American work song, and great to sort of dispense with the guitar or the banjo or whatever it is for a while and just do something straight ahead. This is a tune that was actually collected by John and Alan Lomax many, many moons ago from Leadbelly. Leadbelly sang this, and then later on, I first heard this sung by Taj Mahal on one of his early albums, and as with many work songs, there are floating verses. There are what Pete Seeger used to call zipper verses. They can be zipped in or zipped out as necessary to make the song as long or as short as is necessary to get the job done. This was a song that was sung by black workers who worked on the railroad, laying railroad ties. This was grueling, back-breaking work, tremendous amount of work, and very intense stuff. So it goes like this. Oh, boys, is you right? Done got right. What I hate about line and track. These old bars about to break my back, singing, hey, boys, can you line 'em? Oh, boys, can you line 'em? A check-a-lacka, hey, boys, can you line 'em? C.L. Louise gonna line that track. If I could, I surely would. Stand on the rock where Moses stood, singing, hey, boys, can you line 'em? Hey, hey, boys, can you line 'em? A check-a-lacka, hey, boys, can you line 'em? C.L. Louise gonna line that track. Moses stood on the Red Sea shore, smoting the water with a 2x4, singing, hey, boys, can you line 'em? Hey, boys, can you line 'em? Chack-a-lacka, hey, boys, can you line 'em? C.L. Louise gonna line that track. Mary and the baby sitting in the shade. Talk about the money that I ain't made. Singing, hey, boys, can you line 'em? Whoa, boys, can you line 'em? A check-a-lacka, hey, boys, can you line 'em? C.L. Louise gonna line that track. See those children all dressed in red. Must be the children that Moses led. Singing, hey, boys, can you line 'em? Hey, boys, can you line 'em? A check-a-lacka, hey, boys, can you line 'em? C.L. Louise gonna line that track. See those children all dressed in white. Must be the children of the Israelites. Singing, hey, boys, can you line 'em? Hey, boys, can you line 'em? A check-a-lacka, hey, boys, can you line 'em? C.L. Louise gonna line that track. Paul and Silas are bound in jail. Had nobody for to go their bail. Singing, hey, boys, can you line 'em? Hey, boys, can you line 'em? A check-a-lacka, hey, boys, can you line 'em? C.L. Louise gonna line that track. They began to pray and shout. Walls fell down and they marched right out, singing, hey, boys, can you line 'em? Hey, boys, can you line 'em? A check-a-lacka, hey, boys, can you line 'em? C.L. Louise gonna line that track. Never been to heaven, but I've been told. Streets up there, they're paved with gold. Singing, hey, boys, can you line 'em? I said, hey, boys, can you line 'em? A check-a-lacka, hey, boys, can you line 'em? C.L. Louise gonna line that track. If you want to get to heaven, I'll tell you how. Keep your hand on the gospel plow, singing, hey, boys, can you line 'em? Hey, hey, boys, can you line 'em? Hey, boys, can you line 'em? C.L. Louise gonna line that track. What I hate about a lining track. This old boss about to break my back. Singing, hey, boys, can you line 'em? Hey, boys, can you line 'em? Chack-a-lacka, hey, boys, can you line 'em? C.L. Louise gonna line that track.
Woo! Great. That's why I'm not singing. That's why I'm not singing tonight, because we did a couple of hours down on the in the old town today. This is my Hoi Shanty crew shirt.
Good to see you guys.
Hey, Jim Colbert, this night.
All right. Oh, Jerry, that was fantastic. That was great. So I live in Pennsylvania, and if you draw an X through each of the sides, we're just about where they bisect. Then about 25 miles north of us, there's a little town called Lock Haven, and this is a song. It doesn't have much to do with Lock Haven. It was just inspired by someone who was going to school there, and I'm going to do this for Cray's dad, who was born near Lock Haven. So. This is called Windmills. Saw her down the shore in the light of dawn. She was skipping through the surf with her headphones on. Well, the sky was filled with purple and blue. I was filled with her, but she was filled with you. I've been tilting at windmills, been dreaming too long. I've been tilting at windmills, 'cause the nights are all gone. She was the kind of girl made you think of June. Drop top Chevys and Beach Boy tunes, and Highway 1 in a warm, clean rain. Cruising that highway again and again. I've been tilting at windmills, been dreaming too long. I've been tilting at windmills, 'cause the nights are all gone. Well, her footprints behind her were washing away. The beach swept clean by the wind and the waves. The shore ahead was clear white sand, smoothed out for her by God's own hand. I've been tilting at windmills, I've been dreaming too long. I've been tilting at windmills, the nights are all gone. Like a summer breeze, like a warm wind whistling through the trees. It's gone like a drive-in movie, never come back again, never come back again. Well, summer comes easy when you're in your teens, and you're living in flip-flops and cut-off jeans. Oh, summer comes easy when you're in your prime, but it's harder to hold as the years go by. And you're tilting at windmills, and you're dreaming too long. When you're tilting at windmills, 'cause the nights are all gone. Well, I saw her down the shore in the light of dawn. She was skipping through the surf with her headphones on. Yeah, and all those things I wanted to say, well, they were lost to the sound of the wind and the waves. Left me tilting at windmills, left me dreaming too long. I've been tilting at windmills, 'cause the nights are all gone. 'Cause the nights are all gone. 'Cause the nights are all gone.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Okay, next is Debbie and Ron, I believe, right?
Yeah, yes.
No. Okay,
Mhm.
you're unmuted, okay.
All right, okay, I'll check on the.
Still searching for a name for ourselves. I've gone from Drain the Swamp to Apropos of Nothing, which reminds me of this particular song. If I can do it without clunking Debbie in the head, we're the sea shanty type thing. Advertised in Boston, New York, and Buffalo. 100 hardy sailors, whaling for the boat, singing blowing winds high-ho, away, running gear and They tell you all the clipper ships are running in and out. They say you'll take 500 storm before you're 6 months out. Singing blowing winds high-ho, away, running gear and Send you to New Bedford, town of famous whaling port. They send you to some land sharks to board and fish you out. Singing blowing winds high-ho, away, running gear and blowing Now we're out to see my boys, the wind comes on so low, and half the watch is a contact, the other half below, singing blowing winds high-ho, away, running gear and blowing on the after deck, the squint at the sails, and in my head, the lookout spot, mighty slow whale, singing blowing winds high-ho, away, running gear and blowing And lower down goes my boys, and after fair we'll travel, but if you get too near his float, she'll pick you to the devil, singing blowing winds high-ho, away, running gear and blowing Now that she is hard, my boys will bring her alongside. We'll hold her with our blubber hooks and rubber over high, singing blowing winds high-ho, away, running gear and blowing slow. When we get through our shipmates fast, when we get through our sailing, our swimming class around both paths, damn this blubber whaling, singing blowing winds high-ho, away, running gear and blowing slow.
Hey, Debbie, what do you got for?
line him up. See if this one works.
Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the white mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck mountain thyme around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a tower, and crook your crystal fountain, and on it I will build all the flowers of a mountain. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck for mountain thyme around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? If my love she were gone, I would surely find another where the warm mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck warm mountain thyme around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck warm mountain thyme around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go?
Okay. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Label, you're next, and then Ron Beatty. Unmute, Label. Okay.
Okay. A little bit of something close to Irish mouth music, I suppose. I took my dog and gun. I took my dog and gun to the blooming heather to seek for a pastime. I took my way when I espied a love like fair one. Her charms invited me a while to stay. I said, my darling, you will find I love you. Tell me your dwelling and your name also. Excuse my name, and you'll find my dwelling near the mountain streams where the moorcocks crow. I I said, my darling, if you'll wed over, my former breaking I will lay aside. Here is my hand, and I pledge my honor. If you prove faithful, I'll make you my bride. If my parents knew that I loved her, great affliction would I undergo. I'll stop at home for another season of the year. The mountain streams where the woodcocks crow. There it is. That was great. I've got to run. Take care. Loved it. Be well.
Okay, next is Bob and Jeannie. And after that, it'll be Beth and Nigel. Then Mara.
Yeah.
Figure out how to get a mouse over here. To walk into the computer. Boy, we've heard a lot of wonderful names today. You know, Joe Jenks and Jane Christensen and Bob Coltman and Davy Steele.
Some of our favorites. Oh. And right now, a song, actually, this song goes with this hat I'm wearing, because this famous insignia up here on top of my hat was the award that I got for passing the hearing test that allowed me to join the U.S. Coast Guard back in the 1960s?
66.
66. And it was so that I could become a sonar operator on one of the Coast Guard vessels that protected the American continent from all those submarines and things, watery things that were guarding our coast or visiting our coast. And so I went to Yorktown, Virginia for sonar school and learned how to listen to all the different sounds of things you would find underneath the water. And that led to standing watches in the middle of the North Atlantic, time after time, trying to interpret all these different beasties that populated the bottom of the ocean, as well as all the different sounds of different kinds of seaweed and underwater rocks and mountains. And of course, I had to learn how to know the difference between the sound of a manatee breaking wind and a Russian submarine launching a torpedo. So this is what happened out there one day. Ocean Station Bravo, North Atlantic Ocean, somewhere south of Greenland, somewhere far from home. Nothing on the radar, nothing on the sonar. Hove to and drifting on this ocean all alone. On the CGC Sebago, a high endurance cutter, Ocean Station vessel number 42, studying the weather, aids to navigation, plotting ships and aircraft as they come sailing through. In the middle of the ocean, center of the circle, why there's nothing but horizon, wind and sea and sky. This whole world in motion, blowing from the northeast, not a hint of sunshine, just the gray clouds running by. Then the lookout finds her watching. I'm
jets in the water, moving surface contact off our starboard bow. Plot 'em on the radar, fire up the sonar, listen for their echoes. Now can you hear them now? Well, there's echoes in my headphones, whale sound on the speakers, filling all the spaces inside CIC. Songs of love and travel, songs of generations, echoes of the ages in cetacean harmony. And me, I had to listen. I sang, I talked, I whistled, and I even played the mouth harp through the microphone. They returned the favor with chirps and clicks and whistles, a song of celebration, not so different from our own. And when the watch was over, it's out onto the bridge wing, view those sounding singers as they preached and sport and played. Just a pot of humpback, farewell flukes a waving, a memory worth saving as we traveled on our way. For we had had a celebration with Leviathan that day. Ocean Station Bravo, North Atlantic Ocean, somewhere south of Greenland, somewhere far from home. Nothing on the radar, nothing on the sonar, hove to and drifting. And that final king is the sound of the sonar.
What does Jeannie have for us?
I'm going to do a little piece of
The song we mentioned earlier.
a song we did mention earlier that was Bob's inspiration for When All Thy Names Are One. There are 8 verses in this. I'm only going to do 2, and the first verse we use as a chorus. But because it is the new year, coming up in just a few days. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu. Shema Yisrael Adonai Echad. That's too loud. I think it's too loud. Baruch Shem Kavod Malkuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malkuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Elohim. Shema Yisrael Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael from Deuteronomy.
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. And from the and all our names are one, it was kind of the feeling that is the universal one, as in all in one.
Something we can all agree on. Okay. Thanks for that.
Myra, I think you're next, and then Beth and Nigel.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So I should be
unmuted, right? Here we go. So this song is written by a friend of mine. His name is Dan Schatz, and he's a Universalist Unitarian minister, I guess. And I think that's the way you pronounce it. Could be the opposite way. It's called Leave Time, and it's a really great song to sing at the turning of the season. It's called Leave Time. We'll get that going. Leave time for the turning of the season. Leave time for the longing of the day. Time for the heart, time for the reason. Time for the quiet of the way. Come sit by my side and share a story. One of a love too deep to find. One of a sailor wending homeward. One of the echo of your mind. Leave time for the turning of the season. Leave time for the longing of the day. Time for the heart, time for the reason. Time for the quiet of the way. After the hurry comes the harbor. After the journey comes the rest. Train rushing for the rushing of the waters. Through fields lined with furrows, banks and nests. Leave time for the turning of the season. Leave time for the longing of the day. Time for the heart, time for the reason. Time for the quiet of the way. May all your travels bring you comfort. May all your loving give you some. May all your learnings leave you open. May all your rambles lead you home. Leave time for the turning of the season. Leave time for the longing of the day. Time for the heart, time for the reason. Time for the quiet of the way. Time for the quiet of the way.
Live after that.
Thank you. That was written by Dan Schatz, Schatz, and he's a either Universalist Unitarian or Unitarian Universalist minister. Thank you, Saul.
Lovely.
Thank you, Mara, for being here.
Okay.
Can everybody hear us okay, by the way? Yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
good, good.
Loud and clear.
Oh, lovely. This is a bit of a sort of strange song, but it's really lovely in that it's a very positive little song. So we thought it'd be quite a nice one to play at this time. It's called Gold in Them Hills, and it's by Ron Sexsmith. I don't know if anyone's familiar with him, but it goes like this. Okay, 2, 3, 4. I know it doesn't feel that way. Maybe it's the perfect day, even though the bills are piling. Maybe Lady Luck ain't smiling. If we'd only open our eyes, we'd see the blessing in disguise, that all the rain clouds are fountains, though our troubles seem like mountains. There's gold in them hills, there's gold in them hills, so don't lose heart. Give the day a chance to start. Every now and then life says, where'd you think you're going so fast? We're apt to think it cruel, but sometimes it's a case of cruel to be kind. And if we'd get up off of our knees, then we'd see the forest for the trees, and we'd see the new sun rising over the hill on the horizon. There's gold in them hills, there's gold in them hills, so don't lose faith. Give the world a chance to say a word or two, my friend. There's no telling how the day might end, and we'll never know until we see that. There's gold in them hills, there's gold in them hills, so don't lose heart. Give the day a chance to start. There's gold in them hills, there's gold in them hills.
Gorgeous. Who
Who wrote that? Is that one of
Beautiful,
yours?
Beth. Beautiful,
No,
beautiful.
no, it's Ron Sexsmith. Ron Sexsmith.
Oh,
He's
okay.
kind of pop folk.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the finale, I'm going to give up my turn. I'm going to ask a special request of Susan O'Rourke. Can you sing the Heron song for me?
The Heron song? Boy.
The song about the heron who comes back.
You know, I can try, but I mean, I haven't done it in so long.
You're among friends. It's okay. It's a beautiful song. In fact, I put it on my page from YouTube last week.
You did?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have a tuner? Okay, maybe 1 second. I just want to be sure. I can give it a shot, but you'll forgive me if I forget the words, okay?
Okay, we'll forgive you.
And the chords. There I am.
Is there anything left?
Back of the winter is broken, and fingers on my throat. Is a summer that's smoking.
Okay. This was this is a Corinne Polwalt song.
Back of the winter is broken, and light lingers long by the door. The seeds of the summer have spoken in gowans that bloom on the shore. Come night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the mornings away, and we follow the heron home. In darkness we've cradled our sorrow and stoked all the fire with fear. And the bones that lie empty and hollow are ready for gladness and cheer. Come night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the mornings away, and we follow the heron home. So long may we sing of the silence and the snow-scented sounds in your home, while the north wind delivers its sermon of ice and salt water and stone. Come night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the mornings away, and we follow the heron home. Come night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the mornings away, and we follow the heron home.
Wow, that was gorgeous.
Very nice.
Really gorgeous.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here today. I hope you guys extend the invitation to us again. It was just wonderful to be here.
Thank you.
You will be invited to everything. Whenever you want to come, this goes for everybody here. Whenever you want to come in, you're all welcome. Okay?
And if you're free on Tuesday afternoon for you, we do the same thing from the Hoy Folk Club. Tuesday night, or it's night 7 o'clock for us, 2 o'clock for you,
Yeah,
or wherever you happen to be.
Okay, yeah.
2 o'clock Eastern time.
I'm there every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. The Jewish holidays don't come out on Tuesday. Huh?
Just send me the information on Facebook so
I will.
I'll know.
Okay, so it'll be this Tuesday. I'll send you the link. I'm there. I'll be there the next 4 weeks where I won't be here because the holidays come out on Sundays. So we will see everybody in 4 weeks. Now, the Monday before the 18th, check with me. That's the day I'm going to get the new link and I'm going to send it out to everybody. So everybody, please remember my email, which is folkinboca, that's FOLKINBOCA @gmail.com. And this way we'll get the link to everybody on the email list. We make sure if I don't already have your email, make sure that I get it. Okay. And we want to see everybody there. I think we have one of the best lineups of any song circle on the Zoom today. And we want to keep it that way. You're lovely people. And I want to wish you all a happy and healthy new year from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Saul.
Thank you, Sal, and everybody who celebrates. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Remember, November the 18th, or November the 15th, rather, is our 50th anniversary. We hope to have a special show for you at that time.
Oh, good.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stay well.